So it rained a pretty good amount yesterday and last night, but somebody was smart enough to build a road in here, so got a nice driveway back here. I got a last log truck coming today, a little after lunch. Maybe we'll give this time to dry out some. I'm not even going to touch it. Just let him come in here and go as far as he can, and then I'll just get him pushed around and loaded back out. It's gonna make a muddy mess, but I don't know what else to do. It just won't quit raining now. It goes from raining for 6 months to doesn't rain for almost 2 months, and now it's picking the trend back up of raining every other day. So I don't know, I think if I just leave this alone, it's not goopy mud, maybe it can at least turn around and back in there. But I was able to grade everything out the other day. I did run back over here. I didn't take any videos, but I cleaned up in between the trees, and a friend of mine stopped by here and got a rest of the logs that were right there. I've got to finish hauling those and those off right there. He couldn't get those on his truck, so I've got one full tractor trailer load of that. He'll come get that a little bit later today, but I'm going to start working on the 30-foot wide path to the back of the farm today. Since it's too wet to really do anything, I don't want to get started on the pond, just because there's a lot of rain in the forecast for this afternoon and tomorrow. So good time to work on some clearing. So the other day I worked on this for an hour or two, and now I'm back working on the easement to the back of the farm. I don't know how far it is. It's like 1,200 feet, 1,400 feet, something like that. But I'm just trying to clear, see if I can spin without hitting a tree. About 30 feet wide, 20 to 30, kind of whatever it takes to miss all the big trees. So nice little path. I just got to clear it wide enough so I can pile the debris to the side. Then I've got to come back in here with the skid steer and grab all that and tote it all the way down here to the end. There's really no good way of doing this. The trees, some of them are actually kind of big, so mulching it really wouldn't be the best option. That would get kind of expensive. Then I'd still have to come back in here and dig all the stumps up and take all that out. So I'm just forging a path through here. You can see my pink ribbon. I tied it the other day. It took me about an hour to flag it. After you get all turned and lost around in the woods, you end up with like a GPS app trying to find the straightest path. So there's a couple big trees that's got to come down, 12, 14 inches, but I tried to find the path of least resistance so that it was quicker for me and cheaper for the customer to go through there the best I can, but also the straightest route. You just don't want to take off and then have to go 50 feet and 50 feet and 50 feet, and just next thing you know, you've got a 2,500 foot long path to go 1,400 feet. Back to it. All right, I'm gonna drop this pine through. So I wasn't planning on cutting any wood out of this stuff. I'm just gonna break it up. But if there's enough of these bigger ones to make a load, I got to move them anyways with the skid steer and break them up small enough, so I might as well cut some logs out of them, I guess. Hell, I don't know. So I'm just pushing them over and leaving them tree length, and then I'll determine once I get to the other end, because I've only made it like halfway flagging, so I don't exactly know what all I'm getting into. Other than I just took I've got one less tree to take down. I'll be running the camera on the excavator to hopefully not back into nothing. So I'll leave these tree length, and then I can just kind of push the crap over here beside it and stack it up. Then I'll decide if I want to cut anything out of this mess or not. So I can snap the tops out like that. That tree's dead, a big one, so what I do is find a little spot, break everything up. And then grab all this stuff. Hop out of the way, grab that. And then I try to break everything up into like grapple pools, file size piles. So that when I come in here with this skid steer, all I gotta do is grab it, go on an excursion with it. But you got to break it up, you know, if the path is, you're trying to make it 20 to 30 feet wide, but in some areas it might only be 20, you can't have 30-foot wide logs when you go down the path. It won't fit. Try not to destroy every tree around me. I could come in here and just push everything every which way and make a royal mess and be done with it in about a few hours, but that wouldn't do no good because then you couldn't even walk off the path for all the trees. And it would just destroy every tree around here. Just go about it the same way and make it look nice. That's what I do. It's weird. It's like very thick and then it kind of opens up a little bit. You'll make good progress and then you'll work in like 75 feet for like an hour. But I don't really have any room to put stuff. I might have to come back later and then lay them out and then come back to the skid steer and grab them. I ain't quite figured that out yet. Make another pile in that opening right there before I start breaking them all up. It just seems like the rain kind of loosened the trees up a little bit. They seem to be coming out of the ground a little easier. Got some moisture in them. Stuff right here. So, you grab these two little small trees and then I can pile. I'm going to probably make a big pile right in there. I got to have some room to work. Sometimes you gotta clear an area to make a pile. So I can make a big long row of stuff right in there, and then I can just stack it in there and then come back with the skid steer and grab it later. Because I'm done burning on the house lot area, and it's probably closer at this point to just take it to where I'm going in the back. So that's the plan. Alright, I'm gonna keep breaking. So check out my path of destruction here. Been at it for about 4 hours now. Oh, I'll have to walk over here. Somebody didn't park the machine where you could see very good. So I've been crunching my way through the woods here. And all in all, it's actually a pretty straight path. It's got a little crook in it right here because I went around that nice white oak tree. I didn't see the need of knocking all that down. So I'm probably 500 feet back here by now, I think. This is probably the easy part, clearing it. I still got to come in here and get all these piles out. I doubt he wants me to leave them looking like that, but nice little curvy path through the woods. But I'm just now getting to the where it really starts to kind of drop on off and go through a bottom right here. So it's going to get interesting once I get past that big pine tree as far as how wet everything gets, or not wet it gets, I don't know. But luckily when I flagged this, I was able to stay on this ridge pretty good. I'm pretty close to the property line right in here, so I'm kind of starting to curve back. But yeah, it's coming along pretty good. Everything's coming along pretty good. I'm able to follow my flags, and the path is still relatively straight, so that's a good sign. I got one probably 14-inch tree here to take down. Normally I try to leave a bigger tree like this, but it was like dead center of the path. And it was just going to make everything look stupid. So down it comes. Actually a nice day, good temperature. We had a lot of rain last night, so cooled everything off. It's a little humid, but when it's 70 degrees, it doesn't really matter too much. got to dig around the little 6-inch gum trees. Isn't that pretty impressive, that little 5-inch tree right there? Will not rip out of the ground. That machine, that's got like 25 tons pulling against it. Piling everything up in piles. I'll worry about it later coming back and breaking them down enough where I'll probably grab it this good here. I get to the bottom down here, I'll have to get out with some survey ribbon and flag the rest of it. At least I'll have kind of a clear path to line everything up with and follow. But I'm telling you, once you get in the woods, you get crowed in, you can't tell where you're at. Especially when you can't really see the flagging for the property line. I'm about probably 100 feet off the line. I'm trying to leave that as a buffer, but also stay within this ridge because there's a swell there and it drops off over there, and kind of defeats the purpose to spend all this money to make a road and put it through the worst area. It's going to be a dirt path, not a road. Maybe he wants to put it as a road one day, but for right now it's going to be a trail. Pink ribbon means I'm still on course. was able to work around another big white oak. Save that. And I'm down here about where I ran out of ribbon, down to the bottom. Now this is actually, we're way downstream of where the pond's going to be up there at the homestead site. Machine looks big when you put it down here in the woods where everything's tight. I was able to save another big white oak right there on the right hand side. But now I'm getting down here to the area where I ran out of ribbon the day I was come down here flagging, and I'm getting down here to the bottom where the ditches are. There's 3 ditches. The biggest one is what will eventually come from the pond site way up there. It runs all the way through the woods and around, so long ways from there, but this is where it ends up flowing to. And I started heading that way because I felt like I was getting a little bit close to the property line, and looking at the area there, I had some, okay, good. I got an orange ribbon right here marking the, I'm pretty sure that is the property lines. I'm gonna actually run a very long pink ribbon right across here just to kind of have a little better reference. If you see, there's some more orange ribbon right there, and I got some right here. So this is what I'm feeling like is the property line. So I got some markings right there, and then I don't see nothing. Oh, I see one way back in there. Okay, all right, I'm feeling pretty good. This is the line, so I'm going to run a pink ribbon from here to there, just so as I'm walking through there, it's a whole lot easier to see and know kind of, you know, where the hell I'm at in the woods, to be honest, because you can get turned around very easily. Because do you see the old farmhouse up there anywhere? Nope. So once you get in the woods, you don't know if it's that way or what. So I feel like I'm staying the 100 feet off the line, like kind of we had talked about, to leave a buffer. And I just got to pick the path of least resistance, because once you get in the low areas, they didn't ever log in here, and I really don't have to take down all these big trees just to get through here. All right, so now that I actually have my ribbon over there where I can see where the property line is, I can kind of flag my path now. I thought I saw one more piece of ribbon. There it is right there. I'm gonna actually scoot it over this way a little bit more now that I know I'm safe on that side. But then we get into the big trees here. Maybe we can go through them right here. Yeah, I have a pink ribbon right there. This is kind of the hardest part. Well, heck, I still had a little bit more of a trail here. Thought that was my last ribbon, but I've got a couple more tied. Oh yeah, here's the creek right here. This is the main flow through the property right here. Actually got a little bit of water in it. So this was kind of like pick the best path through here, and if I went through there, I got to take down all those great big trees. So if I come through here, I can leave that great big white oak and just take this small stuff out. It was the straightest part of the creek, and then once I get over there, it's just kind of pick a path. Might have to take it. I mean, there's big trees everywhere, so you just kind of pick the area that has the least amount and go for it. So it was dry, and it literally just come a downpour. there, it won't steer. That was like absolute first time it rained. Literally 10 minutes before he got here. boys and girls, that is the last load heading out, and it's a full one. I'm glad to see that go bye-bye. All right, just a few more logs and that's it.